I have this real-time data that's telling me I have to eat nothing but carnivore and make. Hello, carnivore hunters. This is Rick. I'm going to give you day 7 and 8, I believe it is, of the CGM test. And I'm going to let you know right up front, I am going to quit the CGM test because it's wrecking my body. And I'll show you that here in a moment. And actually, let's just get started. Here you can see I was in the 100s. Let's see, I'm up to 125 here. 110s. So, 100 to 120 milligrams per deciliter of blood glucose. And this is pretty typical when I'm sticking with the carnivore. If you remember on my first 2 experiments, one with pizza and one with Funyuns, my blood glucose went nuts. And it was a 3 to 4 hour window that it went nuts. My wife and I made Italian meatballs, so it was completely carnivore. We did add some tomato sauce with no sugar added. No sugar. I think tomatoes do have some sugar naturally, but we made sure to get the tomato paste or the marinara sauce with no sugar added. And so as the day goes on, here's where we ate dinner. Somewhere we had meatballs, and then the friends that we ate dinner with, they are very clean keto. And so usually when we eat dinner together at their house or our house, my buddy makes awesome keto desserts. And the one he made last night is a dessert he invented. He said it isn't a recipe that is just out there. But what it was some sort of almond pancake that he cooked just like a pancake. And then he topped that with some cooked apples, which I was going to try apples at some point anyway, just to see what it did. And then he had the sugars he added. One was called monk sugar, which I'd never heard of it. Apparently there's a monk fruit. And so he uses monk sugar and it's keto approved. So here we are. We started dinner right around 5:30, and starting at about 6:30, an hour later, I did go over the 140, but not bad. Not like the other 2 experiments. However, this one lasted much longer. So this started at 6:30 all the way up. It spiked here right about until almost 11 o'clock. But here's what happened afterwards that is blowing me away, and I can't explain it. Once I came down off what I'm calling a sugar high, I have been hovering in the 130s. This gap here, I think I slept on my glucose monitor. I think I messed it up because I was sleeping on it. But it's just stayed in the 130. Well, here is where, I'm in bed sleeping here and I'm in the 120s, which, if you look at my other videos, I'm in the 100s, 110s. And then I wake up, I woke up right about here. I woke up right around noon. Again, I'm a night shift worker. And this I cannot explain. I think it's the typical glucose rush that you get when you wake up. But because I've been riding high here, it just went over the mark. And so I've decided I'm going to continue with the CGM, but I'm not putting any more sugar in my body. I'm not putting any more fruit in my body. I may eat a few vegetables here and there, but I think this is why I was sick for so long with type 2 diabetes and pre-diabetes and all this other stuff, because because I was eating poorly all the time, I was always elevated. And I have managed to get that back. So my next test, uh, hopefully when I come off this high, because let's see, the last time I ate, I did have a second helping of meatballs here at 11 o'clock, and you could see it did not spike me like it did here. So the meatballs, I don't believe, or the marinara for that matter, was the problem. I think it had something to do with that dessert. And so, I'm sorry, what time was that? That was at 11 o'clock. And so I have decided I'm going to do at least a 36-hour water and sardine fast because I need to get this back down and in control. So water and sardine fast, that's all I'm going to do for the next 36 to 48 hours. And we'll come back at that point and show you if that helped bring me back down, because I really need to get myself back into ketosis. This really bothers me, and this is why Doug and I decided to do this. We're saying we're doing it for you so you don't have to do it. I might rethink that and say everybody should get a CGM just to see what they're doing to their body. I have this real-time data that's telling me I have to eat nothing but carnivore and maybe a few vegetables here and there. That's what this data is telling me. And I'm so glad I had the opportunity to do it. So I'll be back in a couple days, guys, to give you another update. Thanks for tuning in. Leave comments if you have any idea why I'm not an expert on this stuff, but if you have any expert advice you can put in the comments, I'd certainly appreciate it. Other viewers may appreciate it. And we'll talk to you all later.